Tara. Stephanie, I was interested, this is a very kind of, very private activities depicted in a way in your film. Like, they're very kind of intimate, people letting their guard down. How did you kind of build trust with the people who you were pointing the camera at? How did you reach a point where they felt comfortable being themselves with you there, with this camera apparatus?
It is profound. We are afraid of instruments that are looking at us, surveillance of ourselves or surveillance of each other. So I was aware of sensitivity to the use of equipment, and many people have known about the use of camera ever since it's been available. Is, do you have a long lens? Do you have the camera close to the body? Do you expect people to trust you, the camera operator? So when we went to the studio in the first few days, we often had more cups of tea and everyone had to go with the camera, who's a participant, to use it for a while. So really the first half of the day was breaking in with the camera. I think in terms of trust, the importance about creating trust is to build a sustaining, trusting atmosphere. And so this was mentioned in the film. I'm glad it was mentioned that it was a 4-day workshop, and it was a residential facility that I rented to provide food and accommodation, with the contract that all who agreed they'd like to be in the film and have the experience of being in the film wouldn't ever leave the film. So 4 solid days of being cared for, the trust was building incrementally every day as the strength or challenge of the risks of the workshops were building every day. And clearly you could imagine with a class of, I think 11 attending, something like that number, or perhaps 14, not every member, for example, of all of the workshop personnel entered into the last workshop, for example, because we all have to feel our sense of our limits and how far we want to go. And clearly, through performance rules of discipline, when you perform your props, you respect also, and so you have your own proscenium arch with your props to protect yourself from any doubt or attack. So all those structures of respect for the profession of performance came into the workshop, and then the nurturing of the people who could not leave the workshop. Which I remember when I came up to Auckland, I went to 2 workshops prior to making the film. One was a Buddhist, a